Morning, y'all. Welcome back to Deep Sky Farms. Welcome back to Münsinger Alb. We're back on the farm today, and it's September 2nd. It's pouring rain, and we're just going to skip time ahead until October. But we've got one skid of stuff here coming out of our garden. Lettuce, and that means we can start getting our farm store going. We should also have one of our apple trees starting to produce too. I think it's one of the ones up in the back there. But that's on the list for today. Is we've got to water and we've got to manure or compost the rest of our apple trees. So we'll see what resources we have available. And I went off camera and I did the grass here. This is in the hay dryer turning into hay, so that's good. And it turns out that at some point, the field down there, I cut it, I guess. I might have used it for compost for the grass. I can't remember. But it's not ready to be cut yet. So we're going to have 3 fields at 3 different growth states. Oh, it's ready to... Really? Oh, it's at 4 or 5. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to need our little tractor with the forks on it. And yeah, it'll be good. So we're going to skip time. We're going to jump ahead to tomorrow and see what we've got out of our gardens, because I'm really excited to get rolling on those. Okay, here we are. 6 o'clock in the morning, October 1st. We've had a little bit of expense going out for property maintenance and such. We haven't had any income yet because, well, we don't have anything that's making us money, and hopefully we're going to change that right soon. So just quickly, let's have a look at our barns. So our big cow barn, how are we doing here? They're at 100% productivity, no milk yet. But we've got a bunch of them, 17 of them that are reproducing. And we've got straw, manure, okay, food. And here, oh, that's our bull. Oh yeah, we've got to move the bull out of there. Okay. So TLDR, we need to get some more straw in there, and we need to muck out the barn at some point today. And thankfully, it's stopped raining. And we got a little bit of manure off of our calf barn here. And our 2 calves are doing okay. I don't know if I showed you in here or not. But if you've been playing, you probably had a look in here. We've got this honkin' big thing and this honkin' big thing. So I'm thinking maybe we can start doing some contracting, maybe? Like, sprayer contracts are usually pretty lucrative, and especially if we got that big giant piece of kit there, you know, might as well use it. So let's take a little drive. Let's take a walk, actually. We're going to need our little tractor. Okay, so we've got 3 skids of lettuce, and I bet you we've got a whack of stuff up at the other end, too. So open up our farm market and start selling some stuff. I don't know if I've mentioned it before or not. Do we want to take the JCB? Do I have pallet forks for the JCB? Because I know I've got forks on the little tractor all ready to go. But I'm just wondering if the JCB would be easier to move in and out of there. No, I don't think so. I've got the bale grab. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. How's this doing? 67. And this one's empty. So if we get a silage contract, that might be a fun thing to do too. let's look at the contracts and see what we've got coming up for October. Oh, we've got carrot harvesting, but parsnips, carrots. Same technology. Not sure I want to get into that. We got a special. Oh, we got a forestry special. Oh. Take the damaged vehicle to the authorized workshop. Where did this come from? Is this from my advanced Deadwood? You know what? For 10 grand right off the bat, I'm sort of thinking we might want to do that. And we've got some nice wood contracts too. Got 3 wood transports. Like, that's a pretty significant chunk of change. Okay. Take the damaged vehicle to the authorized workshop. It doesn't say where the damaged. Need more coffee. Doesn't say where the damaged vehicle is. But let's borrow the stuff. Oh, there's the damaged vehicle up at 126. Okay. Okay, so we need to rip down there in something and go get that trailer and... You know, this could be fun. Let's go for a little rip around the map, I guess. Okay, well, I've never used this particular piece of equipment before. That low loader looks kind of awesome. We just have to navigate our way up to the other end of the map and see where that... I think it's a car? It looked like the car icon on the mini-map. Alright, so we're going to have to go and get on the big road. Okay, this is kind of big and kind of cool. So to get on the big road, we need to go through our farm. And... Whoa. Did we make it? We made it. Spin that corner, driver. This might be handy to just borrow this while on the way back and throw our produce to it. Oh my god. Nothing. Alright. Alright, there we go. So for those keeping track at home, or keeping score at home, I did a complete nuke and pave on my computer over the past couple of weeks because Windows 11 was Windows 11ing. And for now, I've gone back to Windows 10. Is it a security risk? Meh. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of valuable stuff on my computer. Is there any personal information on it? No. And why is that? Because I'm a child of the 80s. Actually, I'm a child of the 70s. But when I first started out on the internet, we had to basically roll our own TCP IP stack. Check the map. I think we have to go left here. Yeah, left here. And stuff like that. And you never gave anybody your real information way back then. It was just something that you didn't do. And I've always been pretty fastidious about maintaining that over the years. So, someone could walk in here tomorrow, physically steal my computer, and I don't think they get much use out of anything that's on it other than Farm Sim. So, like I say, if they want to break in virtually, have at it, bud. Just, don't cut my recording system because, holy... anyways. Yeah, so we're back. We have recording and editing working again. We're back to 4K 60 again. Is this the right way? I think this is the right way. And we're good to go. I want to carry on with the series, and I want to do a few other things as well. I have an idea. I just need to bake it a little bit more. It occurs to me I should probably have the mini-map on. But there's our truck. And I guess the other question is how toast is this? Like, is it toast? Is it so toast that I can't drive it up onto the low loader? Because unfortunately, FarmSim doesn't have a cool winch system like SnowRunner does. Let's see. Well, it runs and drives, so it's not that badly screwed up. Okay. All right. We got this. And then throw some straps on it, and we're good to go. Okay, so I can just come back through the forest and come back out that way. All right. Then let us be offing. So let's pull in here and then open that up, undo the belts. That was actually kind of a cool little mission. Release the parking brake. Okay. One. Oh, she's not doing good. Oh, okay. There's our completed flag. All right. Okay. Okay. So it's not available for us to fix, but we just got to close the contract, I guess. Completed. Collect. Okay. $10,500. Could somebody give me a ride home? Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Oh, we've got 4 skids. Okay, so we've got some pretty serious production going on here. And we do eventually have to go up to the other 2 lots. You know, we might be into some money here. So let's just see what we're going to get out of this. Is this going to work? Because to me, this looks kind of tight to move around in here. We may need to go small. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, and we got a pretty good environmental score reward off that too. That's all right too. So, you know, that's something that we're going to have to look into, is how do we boost our environmental score to try and max that reward? Because I'm not super concerned about maxing it for yield, but I do want that bonus. If our main gig is going to be selling this stuff here. Oh, why didn't that? Oh. We're bugged. Oh crap, we are bugged. Okay. Would that reset it, maybe? I think so. Okay, that was weird. Y'all saw that? And it's just hanging on by the tips. Wonder if I can flip it off. Okay, there we go. That kind of thing kind of scares me. Because I don't know if you remember, but in Farm Sim 22, there was a weird bug on the hay bales, or straw bales, that you would get stuck on your forks. Okay, lettuce. And I just saw out of the corner of my eye that we've got a skid of apples going, so that means we can get our apple juice thing going. Okay. Okay, it was just a one-time thing. There's apples. We need to cut the grass here. Maybe that's what we do, is we take some of our gains and invest in a lawnmower. Okay, here we go. Last one of the lettuce for a little bit, and then we're going to grab that skid of apples and get that production going. All right. Okay, that's just normal stuck. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. A little bit over 9,000 for our garden for one day. Like I say, in an effort to kind of be sort of realistic. What's in there? Realistic-ish? Oh. It's this. You knew I bought this, right? I forgot that I bought that. I wanted that to do the gardens, and I guess I bought it. Okay, apples. So where these go, this is going to be tight. Apples go all the way around the back here, and they get turned into apple juice, if I remember correctly. We don't have any grain in those silos. I don't think... Oh, yeah, and we don't actually even own a combine. I know I've commented on that before. So apples go in there. And I don't know if the nose of this tractor will fit in there, because they go right here. So this could be... We may end up having to do a little bit of creative financing. Okay, well, it looks like we might be okay for height. Oh, we're jammed up into the door there. Backwards. Oof, we got it. Okay. We got it, but I don't like that. Okay, so I think we're going to have to move on to plan B here. Apple juice. We need to get some water in there. Okay. Did I put those water distributors out there? It looks like I did. Rainwater tank, yes. Okay, so that'll get that going. I'll go find our water trailer, which I think I left up at the gardens. I don't want to use that. That's the slurry tank. It must be up at the gardens. We need to run up there anyway, just to see what we've got to haul out. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Did I park it in here? Nope. Okay. I do own a water tank, don't I? And we've got honey on the go. Okay. Yeah, I know I own a water tank. Or I think I own a water tank. Or did I sell it and trade it for that Joskin thing with the idea of using something else? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to go shopping. Holy crap. I mean, the good part is we've got a little bit of money to go shopping. So let's squeeze that right down. And we are not going to run back and forth. I think I'll get our big flatbed for this, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll do that off camera. So first thing we need to figure out is how we're going to put clean potable water into the apple production. Because I don't mind using the Joskin thing, the slurry tanker, to put water on the gardens. That's whatever, that's fine. The garden will be fine with that. I just don't want to use it in juice production. I think, using a slurry tanker to make juice is probably bad. So I guess I'll have to look for some kind of a milk tanker. And we're going to need some kind of smaller piece of equipment to get in there to work on the apples. Hey, another 9,000. That's okay. Okay, well, let's see what's in the shopping menu. Okay, so we've got 3-point water milk tank. That might be actually a very sanitary solution. I'm not going to do the MKS8 because, oh my God, that thing is such a pain in the ass to deal with. And especially around here, it would be kind of a nightmare unless we're able to rip it around in a straight line most of the time. We could get another Abbey. Okay, this actually, not necessarily for milk, but for water. It's a shame that doesn't do slurry, because that would be kind of cool. And what about the hand cart? The hand cart does water and slurry. Only 500 liters, though, and I don't really want to walk it from the farm up to the gardens. But for $300, I could afford to have one at each garden, which does do water and milk. But you know what? I think for what we're going to do, for what we want to do, given that we want potable water and, a sanitary container, I think this might be the way to go. We can just clip it on the back of our little tractor and that would be fine. And then to get into the apple production area, I'm sort of thinking of a skid steer. This might be the ticket right here. Okay, well, let me know what you think. Because we've got a couple of other things to do. We still have to clean out the barns. We've got to clean out the barns, which means we've got to move this big thing here. Which means we probably ought to find a permanent parking space for it. Will we? I don't know. Oh, and we got to move that bull. So this whole unit, we won't need it for a little while, but we're going to just kind of park it up over here for now. Until we sort out our shed situation a little bit better. And what's in there? Okay, our silage mixer's in there. We are going to need, I said we're going to need some straw. So let's open this up. Oh yeah, we got to muck this out. Wondering if we shouldn't just dump this into just dump it straight onto the apple trees. It might be the way to go. Straw. Where's our straw? Is up over on this end here. Square bale straw. We want one of those. I'm guessing that this will fit through that little door. That'll be another thing that a skid steer would be handy for, is getting in there specifically. Okay, so we're going to go and we're going to get a couple of those trees going. Because I think if I remember correctly, let's look. Okay, it takes 3,000. And they've all been watered. Okay. So if I dump about 1,500 into each one, it should be okay. I'm not going to bother turning it into compost because I don't know why. Actually, what's the status on our composters? Yeah, okay. So we could use compost. All right. Well, let's run in this, and there's a reason for doing this. Put our safety cage up, and the reason for doing this is there's a trigger on one or two of the trees for manure that's just a little bit flaky. So when you try and tip it with the bucket, you can't always hit it. Whoa, no, not like that. And then you end up dumping manure all over the ground, very much like that. Yeah, we need to cut the grass here. Anyways, yeah, one of the trees, the trigger is a little bit flaky, and it's easier to get it in there with something that tips rather than tipping it out of the bucket. Because you end up kind of dumping manure all over the place, and the grass isn't cut, so you can't really see it. Oh my god, we've got all of those to haul out of here too. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a massive grass cutting operation up here. There. And is this one on? Apple tree, which one are you? You're that one? Yeah, you're that one. And we will activate you. All right. And let's just see how much, if we can fill our compost off of this. And then we'll run back. Compost, okay. Because honestly, I would much rather be running manure through the BGA for now until we get the until we've got our digestate storage more or less full. See, and this is the trigger here this is the one that's slightly flaky. Yeah, I'm partway through the hedge and it's not picking up the trigger. And I remember the first time I did this, I kind of messed around with it for a little bit. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. There it is. You see, it's just... Will it take it? Okay, yeah, so it's a trigger that's kind of not positioned quite right. There we go. Okay. Okay, what if we back up a little bit more? No. Yeah, this is one that would have to be fixed in Giants Editor. No, I lost it. Yeah, so that's why I did this way, because trying to hit that with a bucket, you'd be dumping stuff all over the place. I did do a little bit of a rehearsal on this map, and I'm kind of glad that I did. Specifically for that reason. Do I have auto load on this thing? No, I don't. Okay. Also, is there a flatbed version of this thing? Because that might make things really cool. Yeah, flatbed would be super handy for hauling those pallets out of there. Because I don't object to buying another one of these. Wow, could we have missed that anymore? Could we have missed that anymore? Okay. So this is going to be the same thing. Let me just check the menu. Oh, there is a platform version of this. And it looks like that's something that I can do in the shop. Okay. All right. Well, that might be the thing. So we're going to go do our other 2 trees over here. And I think we're going to call it an episode here. We've got our first haul off of the garden. Off of the gardens. We still need to sort out our tanker situation. It would be nice if there was a hitch on this. Is there a hitch on this? There is a hitch on this. Because that would be kind of cool, having an all-in-one solution. Yeah, that's a nice big trigger on that one. It would be nice having an all-in-one solution to look after the gardens, and if this would be it, this would be fine. Even if it means hand-bombing those skids. And let's see if we can get some off of this composter. Whoa, don't go too far down in there. Oh yeah, we got lots of compost there. Okay. So the rest of that manure will go into the BGA. And we'll figure out our compost situation as we go. I think I want to pick up a mower of some kind to make our own compost out of grass, or to clean up this area first of all and recycle this grass into compost. And I'm actually looking for the winter. I'm thinking about Mr. Hector has released his greenhouse pack again for FS25, and I played with those on FS22 and they were pretty amazing. So that's something that I would think about doing if we could find the right piece of land to plank a couple of greenhouses on and keep our vegetable production going over the winter. That would be sort of awesome. But until then, thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. We're still picking up new subscribers. We're up to 231, which is kind of amazing. So thanks for that. If you want to see some high quality Minecraft content, go visit our friends over at Otter Plays. And until next time, take care of yourselves, y'all.